I like this one. Distraction. The left angle cross of distraction. And please understand that this is a left angle of the laws. So this is we need something that distracts us from the laws. If you remember that the law is death, you don't want to be thinking of death all the time. It's depressing, because nothing ever happens there. And when you don't like what you see, and you don't like your Maya as it is, and you look outside, life can be as empty as on the inside. When you look outside and there is nothing distracting, nothing calling your attention, nothing that is of your interest, nothing brings up your curiosity, no one you want to listen to, that's what makes life depressing. When you're not curious about your time, well, the past eats you up. Because the future is that place where we never get to live. Future is quite a joke. It's what starts. It's where everybody goes when you're not there anymore. The future starts after you die. The real future. Everything else was just a point of reference in your movement, in the movement of your awareness, actually. Distraction. We need this distraction from the laws. Otherwise we would be in fear all the time. We wouldn't relax. And distraction, again, can be aware, can be so unconscious. See, this is all about limitation, Someone that distracts. Imagine, you're in jail. What do you want? Oh, you want something that distracts you. If you're there sitting all the time, oh, what I lost, oh, what I lost, oh, what I lost, oh, what I lost, oh, I lost my freedom. And rarely do you think, wow, I wasn't doing much with it anyway. Didn't lose much, Distraction. Now, what can be distracting? Have you seen this movie, what's it called? Papillon. It starts with something on the wall. And the guy's staring at the wall because there is this something on the wall. A fly or something. Distract. Think of children. Why do you think children find life so fascinating? Because they're always distracted. They're so distracted responding to what's there to be seen that they don't even get to ask themselves the question, who am I? They're responding to what distracts them because they have to nothing. They find life entertaining because that's what it's for. We are here to be entertained by our own drama and our own comedy. And realize what a mystery we are to ourselves. Because if you realize that, wow, does that transform your perspective on who everybody else is in this movie? And what kind of travel companions we are. What kind of movie we're in. Beyond fantasies. Beyond fantasy. See, in the not-self, you know what distraction is? In the not-self, you could call this the left angle cross of evasion. Do anything you can to forget yourself. Don't think of yourself. Because if you think of yourself, you think that. You think of others, oh, there is life. Others are alive, you're dead. You're a zombie. Looking for real things to happen. And reality starts where other people are. Other people's life is real. Yours is a dream. It's an illusion. It's a fantasy. You're the only one who lives in an illusion. Everybody else is living for real. No, they don't. Everybody else is just like you. Because that's human. distracted. You can be distracted and deeply focused on you. You can be distracted and so far away from yourself. Distracted away from yourself. Because that's what the difference in awareness is going to bring. 2 of the 4 gates are sacral gates, or sacral oriented. So you can tell that who am I in that distraction is going to be essential. Who I can be if I identify with what distracts me. What distracts you is always mirroring who you are, is always mirroring who you are not. Who you are and who you are not. That's why you keep looking or not. That's why you move this way or not. That's why you move closer or not. That's why you spontaneously react to it in the now. It's the body in the now. You put energy without knowing what you're going to get from it. Now that's altruistic. That's being altruistic is not giving money for nothing. You give money, you give nothing. It's giving attention. Because if you give attention, you're giving your life. You're giving your life. You're giving your presence. You're giving yourself. Yourself is always more than money. It's more than something. Only yourself is giving everything. Now that's altruistic. I love to give myself. Or not. It's altruistic when there is no measurement. Not how much you give. But it's how you give what you give. And the deepest altruism is you give it your time. You give yourself. Not this, not that. See, we can be the greatest gift. We can feel we're worth nothing. We better buy something. We better bring something. Well, you bring yourself. And if that is the right place for you to be, you don't have to bring something. Unless it was agreed. And even if it was agreed, you can say always, I'm sorry, I didn't have, but I thought I'd come anyway. Yeah, sure. Or not, who knows? And if they say, no, you can't come in without, well, it may not be your place. It's all, what does it mean for you? It's all about us. And what does distract us? What does distract us? The gate 56, this is a gate of the form of others. Other forms distract us from our form. Look at that. Did you see that? We go for a walk in the forest. This is sharing. Look at that. Oh, and look at that one. Let's look at stars. Let's look at clouds. Let's be stimulated. Let's stimulate each other with what we see. And how we see what we see. Do we see the same? How funny it can be. How absurd. How chaotic. How much sense it can make. How little. See how serious you want to be with what is distracting. It's just a distraction. See, death matters so much, doesn't it? Until you get distracted from it. And then it doesn't matter at all that you're going to die. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. It doesn't until it happens. And even then, it doesn't. Because you don't have time to think. See, it matters. No. So the distraction of form is an obvious one. And it's always risk. It's risk. Because it means you can be giving attention to something that holds no meaning or purpose for you. Oh, only so easy. See, look at this 27 and think of mothers, and look at the 28 and think of children, always at risk, always ready to take a risk. You know? So this is mothers telling their children what they should be distracted with and what not. You know? What they should believe and not be distracted from that. You know? Not let anybody distract them from caring for certain things, being careful about certain things. You know? Go to the shop, bring bread, and don't get distracted. We're waiting. And you know how easily children get distracted. They go for bread and then you're waiting there. You know? Because they met someone on the way. I got distracted. And then we have the distraction of spirit. You know, where someone else's spirit distracts you. Someone else's awareness frames yours. You know, someone else's attention captures yours. This is the universalizing of limitation. You know? Now this is universal depression. You know? That nothing matters. You want to be distracted from that. You're going to die, no matter what you do. You know? Can you distract anybody away from that? You know? Because if you can distract anybody away from that, you can be rich with your method. Because that's the one thing nobody wants to think and everybody wants to be distracted from. You know? They want to know what's going to happen after death. And until they know something, you know, they will keep coming back there. So tell them. Tell them what's going to happen. So they stop thinking about it. Make them feel safe about the afterworld. Invent a heaven. You know, don't worry about death. Because you don't die. You know. There is the real life starting there. It's just a mutation, you know. Doesn't hurt even, if you're good, of course. See, this is distraction or not. This is how you make sure that sheep don't get distracted. You know? You're complaining about this world, that you can't make it to the top in this world. Don't worry. See, rich don't get to heaven. Only the poor do. See, the worse you do this life, the better you will do in the other. And the other way around, because God is justice. God brings everything bad back to balance. This is what God is. It's a distraction. You know, I believe in God Almighty. You know, hold on to God. He will take you through the passage. He's waiting, you know. You can't see him in this life. Oh, but he's waiting on the other side. You know. He's got this white beard, really mushy. I mean, much better than your grandfather. You know, nice guy. Or not. I mean, when he's angry, you don't want to meet him. Distraction. And you know, where the Holy Scriptures come from. Someone was bored. You know, he thought, let me write something. And then he showed it to someone and says, do you realize what you just wrote here? We can organize the world around this. Because you see, everybody is looking for something to believe in. Everybody is looking for something to believe in, and you know why? Because without belief, they won't be able to stay away from feeling the emptiness, the void of death within. You know? What we believe in is just the way to say, there isn't nothingness. Nothingness, what is nothing? I don't know what nothingness is. I only know somethingness. It's not everything, but at least I have something. I believe in something. I don't believe in everything, I'm not stupid. But the one thing I can never believe in is nothing. Oh, paradoxes. See, your belief is always distracting you away from the sweet nothingness of being just a passenger. Open to life. You can believe later. Live. Belief happens on its own. Living, you gotta do it. Live lunch.
Can I ask you a quick question? There is the left angle cross of limitation and the juxtaposition cross of limitation.
Now, where's the question?
What is the difference? The cross of limitation happens through the left angle and to the juxtaposition. So why is that? It's kind of confusing. What's the difference? What's the
Juxtaposition cross of limitation is a unique fixedness about limitation and what limitation is for you. The left angle cross of limitation is a shared and supported process. Yeah? It's tribal limitations. It's collective limitations. And they're not individual.